everyone, it's Elizabeth here. I am just popping on because I wanted to talk to you a little bit about engaging your back muscles. Now, not just in pole, but in just general fitness, I've found over the years of my many years of training people that this is one area of the body that people have a really hard time engaging. I think it's for a couple of reasons. One, we can't usually see our back, so when we're looking at the front of our body, when we're looking, if we're doing chest press on a machine, we can like visually see our chest pressing, or when we're pushing away from the floor, because we're looking in the direction that we're working, sometimes it's easier to understand what's happening with our body. Just like bicep curls, things like that, it's just easier. The other thing that I find though as well is that a lot of people aren't comfortable getting into the positions that it typically requires to actually feel the back working. And then the final reason is because you have your biceps that want to take over everything before your back actually gets to do any of the work. So a couple of things to correct form that can be really helpful. Let's talk about the pole just for one moment. If we're at a pole, one of the biggest things that people need to understand when it comes to activating the back is we have opposing muscle groups. So we have a group of muscles at the front and a group that oppose them in the back. So just to make it simple, we have our chest in the front and we have our back muscles in the back, okay? So if we want to flex our back, we have to stretch our chest and vice versa. So if I was going to flex my chest, I need to stretch my back. So for me to do a good press through my chest, I'm actually separating my shoulder blades and I am pressing away, opening my back to flex my chest. So if you think of it going the other way, if I want to squeeze my back muscles and get them activated, I need to open my chest. So one thing you can do when you're on a pole, and you don't even need to lift your legs off the ground for this, you can bring your hands just a little bit above forehead height, get your body pretty close to the pole. You're gonna bend your knees, and I want you to think only about using your back and your upper body, so we're not trying to use our legs here, okay? When our knees are bent, I want you to imagine that you're trying to pull the pole out of the ceiling, and you're looking up. So you're gonna look up, pull the pole out of the ceiling. I don't know if you can see, but my shoulders are not staying up here. So if my shoulders stay up by my ears, what's happening is I can feel a tiny little bit here, but I'm mostly feeling it in my biceps, okay? So you definitely need to think about pushing the chest through. So remember, we're opening the chest, and then we are pulling that pole out of the ceiling to activate our back muscles. So that's one way that we can do it using a pole. Now, not everybody watching this video or who wants to activate their back is necessarily using a pole, and it's going to be important to understand how to activate your back without a pole as well. So just to give you an idea, when people are doing rows, so say we're doing a bent over row here, okay? What typically happens is people tend to tuck their hips under and round their back. So we get kind of this thing happening. So I don't know if you can see my shoulders pointing to the floor. If this is what's happening with your body, my bicep is doing all the work. So there is nothing happening in my back right now. So what I want to do is stick my booty out a bit, open my chest. So remember, we want that chest open, right? So as I pull back, I'm going to activate my back by, I'm not bending my elbow yet, I'm pulling back through the shoulder first so that I'm squeezing into my back muscles, and then I continue the row, opening the chest. It is helpful to keep the chin up a bit because we tend to go where we look. So if I look down, you're going to tend to round, and then you end up back here again. So if you think open and squeeze, and really imagine taking your shoulder blade and almost pulling it towards your spine. Okay, that's if you're doing like a single row. And even if you were doing doubles, from the front, it would look like this. I have a nice flat back, I'm sticking my booty out, chest is open, I'm going to pull the shoulders back, and then push the chest forward as I squeeze my shoulder blades together. So it's here, pull, squeeze. So again, from the side, both arms, pull. So I'm pulling into my back and then squeezing. You can see I'm pushing my chest out to really flex my back muscles. So those are just a couple of tips. You can do this with a band, pulling out, and again, when you use the band, you are going to push your chest forward to squeeze through those shoulder blades. Give those things a try. Let me know how they feel for you, and let me know if you have any questions, and I'm happy to help out. Have a great night, enjoy your training, and I'll see you guys soon.